Hey guys, happy Friday. Welcome to the Heat Transfer Answer. Thank you for joining us here on YouTube. And we're trying something new today, so we are actually live on TikTok as well. So I'm gonna try to get my phone up and be able to get some questions right there from the TikTok as well. I see that Abdul is already joining us here on YouTube. Guys, just start commenting, let us know. I don't really have anything planned today to talk about. I do have some questions that we received earlier this week about the heat transfer answer. And so just a couple very basic questions that we'll start with here today, and then we'll get rolling from that. So I'm going to try to get some comments pulled up here from TikTok. All right, that looks like it might be working for me here, but I also have some helpers behind the scenes that we're going to be able to if you guys are asking questions on TikTok and I don't see them here, I do have my phone right here watching us live too. So if you have questions at all about anything heat printing related, t-shirt business, your maybe marketing on social media or anything like that, I want to help you guys. This is what we do once a month. We'll get live here on YouTube and today here on TikTok as well to help you guys and your t-shirt business. So it's awesome to be able to hang out with you and just kind of hang out, have fun on a Friday. I love going out and helping everybody especially at like trade shows. Anybody of apparel businesses, big or small, all ready to go. So before I jump into any of the pre-canned questions, I see Abdul here in the YouTube asking about how to, I'm not sure about my designing capabilities. Do you have someone on staff to assist? So we do actually have somebody on staff to assist. Penny's here as well. Hi, Penny. So we do have somebody on staff to assist. We have an entire department of graphic designers that are here to help you out. But I have my computer here that you guys could see. At least on YouTube, you could see my computer. But on TikTok, you necessarily can't see my computer here. But I see hello from Dallas on TikTok. Hey, everything's working. This is so exciting. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Yeah, I have my computer here. We could go into something we call EasyView Online Designer. Now, it is a completely free online design program that you could use for just being a customer of Transfer Express. Makes it so super easy to create pretty much almost anything. So Abdul, I want to show you here what we could do. And with foil transfers, you could actually do any type of foil transfer out there pretty much. So here, this is our EasyView Online Designer. All we did was come over from transferexpress.com. I'll show you even how to get here. I'm going to a different window here, so I'm full screened. So this is what transferexpress.com looks like. Of course, our Toast to Transfers. Let me just click over on this. Toast to Transfers is our live press along event. So if you've never really heat pressed or you kind of just want like a guided walkthrough at home and you have a heat press at home, the Toast to Transfers is an awesome live virtual event. It's happening next Thursday at 7 p.m. So it's in the evening. We encourage you to bring a beverage, get comfy in your workshop or your garage or your bedroom or your office, wherever you have your heat press. And then, so today is the last day to buy the kit and have it ship in time to have it in your hands for the event. It includes this tote bag, the mouse pads, this cool placement ruler, if you can see this placement ruler here, this tank top, an apron, a koozie, and a whole bunch of custom screen printed transfers that you get to keep. You can put it on anything else other than this stuff, but it's just, I believe this kit's $45, includes shipping, and it gets to you before this event, automatically registers you, so then you could essentially press along with us. We stand right here doing a live very similar to what we're doing right now, but we do it on our own little platform, so it's locked down to only people who register or purchase the kit. It makes it a little exclusive and fun. And then we get to answer your guys' questions, and we walk through this whole guided application of being able to produce all of these items and show you how you could decorate them on your press at home. So like that is it's the coolest thing. We love doing it. The kit is getting close to sold out, but today is the last day to buy them and have them ship, and guaranteed ship in time for you have them, so you could have them Thursday for the event. But essentially, back to EasyView Online Designer to talk about how to design with Abdul. Here, just click Order Transfers, and you're going to go right into our EasyView Online Designer, which is what this is right here. So our EasyView Online Designer, an awesome, cool, great program that's completely free. So now if you're not a pro at designing you could click on layouts here and search pretty much anything. So you could see that these are all of our promo layouts. So these are the newer layouts, or coming up for like Juneteenth, spring break still hanging out in there, and of course a whole bunch of Pride layouts for all of the Pride t-shirts that we've seen you guys making for June. So really, really cool stuff. Even some of these like retro kind of nature themed, some racing shirts, and then even some like baseball, softball. It's all categorized here on the side too. So say you are working with a baseball team or even like a bowling team, all this stuff in here, you could just click and browse through all of these layouts. Now the really cool thing about all of these layouts is that they're completely customizable. And by completely customizable, you just click it, it opens it up in here, and then this shows you your entire sheet size, and this is your artwork ready to go. So all you have to do is essentially just double click here on, if my mouse is working, my mouse is having troubles connecting here, but essentially all you have to do is double click, or right up here if my double click feature is not working, funny enough, all you have to do is just go up here, select it, and change this text. So we could say like baseball team right there and have that all in there. If you even wanted to change your fonts here, man, my mouse is really failing, and there we go. Nope. And doesn't click, and not clicking. There we go. Now the double click works on a single click. So really awesome. We're gonna swap this out. Thanks, Vince. Thanks for swapping this mouse out for me.
Sorry, there's a junky one.
That's all right. It's Vince's fault that we got a junky one. Nicole's here too. And Estelle from Ohio with a little rose. I love it, love it, love it. And we got some friends watching here on TikTok as well. Hi guys, if you have any questions on TikTok, anything heat printing related, this is what we're doing. We just hang out on Fridays. Typically we do this on YouTube, and I answer any questions you have. If you're just getting started in the apparel industry, or I see some sublimation questions coming in from our YouTube channel that I could still answer too. I've been in the print industry for well over a decade here. Everything from apparel printing, which is what we're gonna primarily focus on today, but from offset printing to flat stock screen printing and stickers, sublimation, pretty much any way, direct to garment, any way you could put ink on any substrate. I've pretty much been there and done it. So I have some experience in it, and I would love to help you and your business thrive. Just with how booming the apparel printing industry is right now, we've seen so many people come in, maybe they lost their job during the pandemic or said, you know what, F this, I quit. And they wanted to be their own boss, but they are succeeding and they are thriving. And it's just awesome to be able to own your own business. And I admire people who take that leap of faith and put that courage in themselves. And then seeing so many people succeed and live their dreams is just awesome. And I want to help you do that as well. It's not that hard. And apparel printing is super fun. With just a heat press at home, this is all you need. You don't even need a fancy heat press like this. You could buy a cheaper one. We have a little 9x12 craft press that is awesome. It's like $300, has almost the same features as this guy, just not as big. So you could put it on your desk at home, in your dorm room, in your bedroom, anywhere like that, and you could be able to do that stuff. It's just awesome to have. So regardless, here, we're back to EasyView Online Designer here, and I'm just designing in this design space, showing you how easy, there's the double click, it's working. So Abdul, here, you can pull up all of these layouts, easily change this stuff out. Say you even want to switch this baseball guy for, say it's a eagle or something. You could go into the clip art library here and just type in eagle. Say we want to switch it with this guy, and bam, it's swapped out. So we could go ahead and I'm just clicking delete on a lot of these things here in our online design program. And if you are not a designer, this is what it is built for here in EasyView Online Designer. So simple, easy, free to use. All you need to do is sign up for a Transfer Express account, and you could be designing t-shirts online. Now you could use the layouts, or you could design yourself, building from the clip art library or even the text. There's over 250 fonts for you to use in there. And all the artwork is royalty free. There's no subscription service, and you could design t-shirt artwork and even mock it up all online. You don't need a super powerful computer. You could use a Chromebook or an iPad. You don't need to pay for Creative Cloud, and you have a lot of those same controls. Everything is in vector format, and you're able to move it around and then just easily order transfers all from one online system. So Abdul, you could either just napkin sketch, send us an idea, and our designers will bring it to life, or you could hop into EasyView Online Designer and be a design pro yourself in just poking around a little bit, and then of course using those pre-made layouts like we had right here already. Now I will mention those pre-made layouts. people come in and all the time and suggest things. So this is all driven by current trends and what our customers are actually asking for. And occasionally it's a lot of what we see. So let me just go over here back to the layouts. Promo layouts, right here, that's Hearsay Brewing Company. That's a huge trend that's going on right now because of the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial, and people are making tons of t-shirts and becoming wildly successful. We actually had a customer reach out to us just this week, say, I made a TikTok. You guys always say, just put stuff out on social media. Doesn't matter if anybody actually sees it, because when somebody actually really sees it, man, you could blow up. And they said, my life changed overnight. I went from printing like 10 t-shirts a week to now I have orders for over 1,000 because of one TikTok that I made. And it's this Hearsay Brewing Company thing, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. Super popular. Everybody's following it. I'm actually not following it, but everybody else seems to be following it that I see. But I mean, it's stuff like that we have a whole staff of designers. Every single week we're releasing new layouts, new clip art that's solely built for you to use. So all of these here in the promo tab are new within the past couple weeks. And even I know that there's some that are just peppered in here to like family reunions. This brand new one here with the tree, like a Jimi Hendrix experience, kind of that vintage kind of throwback hippie vibe. Absolutely love it. It's all in here. So you can see through here, even like 4th of July, all of these customizable 4th of July layouts, all of the best sellers, even for schools. Like it's senior stuff coming up. So you could look at rosters or best sellers here and make these shirts like class of 20, like right here. Easily just double click on this one and it's the class of 22. Right there, double click and change this out. So let's say this is whatever, let's say Menor High School. We're here in Menor, Ohio. Menor High, we'll just say Menor High. It fits in right there, and they're a cardinal instead of this eagle, bird, falcon, whatever it is, clip art, and let's type in cardinal. Cardinal, pull it on in, class of 22, boom, we could grab this, change all of the ink over to white, say this is printing, the school colors are red and white, maybe black, I don't know. You went to Menor? Yeah, okay. It's red and black. All right, perfect. And there you go. It's red, it's white inks. You've set everything up so super easily right here in our online designer. For you guys on TikTok, you can't see it, but this is what I designed very, very quickly and easily, all right in here. So like this is literally what you could do in just a couple different clicks. So like this EasyView online designer, super, super powerful. If you don't have Photoshop, you're not a designer, it makes it so super easy. I see you guys on YouTube seeing the TikTok view now of what's going on. So it's just so super easy to use, and it's free. You could poke around in there right now without paying a dime. All you have to do is sign up for a free Transfer Express account. We're going to ask for a tax ID, but you don't even need to put it in. You could click the little checkbox and say, I don't have one yet. Because we know you're going to have a tax ID when your business blows up. But right here, you could start doing it. Let's hit back to the question. So Abdul, I hope I answered that question for you. Patricia Rosenthal says, I'm not a designer, but worked up a design in Inkscape. Wasn't aware of the CMYK roadblock. Any suggestions? You absolutely could just upload it to us, and we'll take care of all the color conversions by ourselves. So it can be RGB. You could pull it in, but just the colors will shift. So if you are super specific about what colors are printing, convert that over to CMYK, which I believe Inkscape could do. I'm not super familiar with it. Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, InDesign, that kind of stuff is my jam. I'm not too familiar with Inkscape, but if you could change it to CMYK, change it over to CMYK to get a little bit more color accuracy, or just send it to us and make the note, hey, this is an RGB, I'm okay if the colors shift, or you could buy a proof for just $22. Our artist will do all of the corrections for you and then even proof it with you, so you could say, this looks good. But of course, screen colors are always different than actual printed. That's why we recommend the CMYK. So the RGB we could work around with that. And so either if you're uploading in the EasyView Online Designer, or you could just upload files using the upload section here on the website. So we'll go back to transferexpress.com and I'll show you where that's at here on the YouTube. You can see here. So all you have to do is go order transfers and then upload your own art. So we're going to ask you some questions of what to do if you are scared of using the online designer, or it's going to be throwing issues or warnings at you that you're not going to be able to use. You could use this uploader to just upload those designs anyway. You just can't order Ultra Color Max. So that is the only transfer type that you have to use the designer for, and that's what we say right here. So the only way to order our Ultra Color Max is using the online designer like what I just showed you guys. But yes, it shouldn't be, will make a difference when you're converting those, because the system, when it auto corrects, most of the time it's pretty good these days, better than it was even a couple years ago. But when you switch on over between both CMYK or RGB, it is going to color convert that. So if you have that Inkscape art, pull it in. If it's just like close colors, that's fine. If you're trying to match like a brand color, it's probably going to be off, and you want to contact us, get those colors adjusted, and let us know any Pantone builds. If you want a Pantone match a color, we will match that with our screen printed transfers, $25 per order. So we do all that too. Let's see here. Happy birthday from somebody says on TikTok. So that's cool. It's somebody's birthday. Happy birthday, somebody. So, all right, what else do we have here? Hello from O'Fallon, Illinois. Deneen, welcome from Illinois. Layouts are totally awesome. I super love it. Yes. I love our designers, and they're great. The thing is like, I was at a show and I had somebody like ranting and raving, like, man, we need more snowmobile designs. I do shirts every year for this company, and it's snowmobile tours. It was somewhere in like Utah, and they do snowmobile tours, and they just wanted to refresh their look, and they went out and bought some SVGs, and they're like, man, it's just not the best. You guys have like one silhouette of a snowmobile. What else could you do? Sure enough, I come home, tell our designers, the next week we're uploading snowmobile designs. Same with a customer that I talked to at, just in Atlantic City at the Impressions Trade Show. I need swim designs. I'm doing a whole bunch of swim teams. They're going to states. I need swim team designs. And what does our design team do? As soon as I come back, they upload 3 brand new swim designs. So if you don't follow our blog at blog.transferexpress.com, or just click on blog from Transfer Express. It's in the bottom, it's in the help center, filled with tons of helpful tips. So very similar. All of us here at Transfer Express are dedicated to helping you and your business grow. So we actually write a whole bunch of blog posts, like make a whole bunch of video content that you can see on our YouTube channel. Even if you follow us here on TikTok, happy birthday, user 96, whatever. My phone is not doing good here in the studio with the live. There it goes. Yes, so if you, if you're joining us on TikTok, we make content there as well. So we have content everywhere. YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and our blog. But we actually publish our blog layouts. So all of the new layouts, all of the new artwork, we update you guys every single week over on our blog and what artwork's coming. So if you see a design just browsing through the blog, they're all coded, so you could go into the EasyView Online Designer and easily pull it up. Mr. D. Woods, what's up? How are you doing? Want to try the buy a proof aspect? Yeah, so you absolutely could do that from submitting a napkin sketch to us. So even like if you don't want to do any effort, or your customer says, I want a shirt with a taco on it, and underneath I just want words to say, tacos are my spirit animal. Because, I mean, tacos are everybody's spirit animal, right? They're what I ate for lunch today, so they're on my brain. But, so if you have that idea and a little like napkin sketch, send it on over to us using the upload feature, or even uploading it in the online designer, just noting it. There is a note field too. I'll show you here for our YouTube viewers. If you go here and go through these settings, let's just set our quantity so I could run through here. So let's go 12 for a huge print. And then, so here you could add notes. So say like, this is a napkin sketch. I need this bold and white inks, whatever you want to put in those notes, and our designers are going to read it, and they'll take that napkin sketch, design it for you, send it on over on a proof if you want a proof. If not, if you trust our designers and are just saying, I just need some text, our designers will take care of it and send it on over to you. We're here to help you and your business. But the EasyView Online Designer, I will say a little background on me. I got into the printing industry because I was a graphic designer. And like I mentioned, Illustrator, Photoshop, InDesign, they are my bread and butter. I spent 20 years working on that stuff, working in those programs. And then because I was in the print industry, everybody knows me as the t-shirt guy. I'm the friendly neighborhood t-shirt guy. So they'd be like, Dave, I just need some text. My family's going on vacation. I want to make some shirts for my 20 plus extended family members who are all renting this beach house. We want to say the James family vacation, a little palm tree in the middle. Make it classic, look like an old athletic look. And sure enough, I could go into Illustrator and whip something up real quick, but it's going to take me 15, 20 minutes at my fastest. And that's moving real efficiently, picking out some fonts, maybe finding some clip art to live trace or something in my library that I could already pull in. And then boom, I'm done, 15 minutes out the way, and I could send it to them. But with EasyView, with how easy that is, I could go find a layout that takes me a minute to browse layouts, maybe even type in vacation to see something similar, already have the palm tree, just double click, make some edits for the text, change that arch if I wanted to, or find the font that I want. And I just took my 20-minute design time down to 5. And in any industry, time is money, and the t-shirt industry is no different. So you could take your design time down from 20 minutes to 5 minutes. And for, say, a custom customer, if you're reaching out to like the local mechanics or landscapers or anybody in your local area, and you say, oh, I could design that for you for free, automatically now, because it's only taking you 5 minutes, you are this much higher than, say, Custom Ink or any other screen printer who's like, no, we need print-ready artwork. That you were able to do it in Online Designer with all of your, I mean, how simple would that be? To just be able to do it in the Online Designer? You're all set. 5 minutes, that's a service that you offered for free. You now won that customer. They're gonna tell their friends, hey, I just had an idea and this dude sent me a proof within 5 minutes of me talking to him, and bam, love the shirts, how they turn out. They wash, wear, fit, feel great because you're using our screen printed transfers. Ding! And how easy it was. So just really, really cool. Gina's using Illustrator. Ciao. Illustrator is my favorite program. Next, well, it depends what I'm doing. If I'm just doing t-shirts, Illustrator for sure all the way. InDesign if I'm doing a little bit more print layout stuff, the brochures, the magazines, and I just love the type handling tools in InDesign. There are gradient and fades and colors. Mr. D Woods, I want to show you those in just 1 second. Really, really cool. There's specific layouts that use it, and there's even newer ones too that like super customizable. So we'll jump in there. Yeah, napkin sketch. Mexican pizza is the spirit animal. It's back now at Taco Bell. Yes, I'm loving you guys today. Having trouble with loading a picture, the vector, PDF, and so on. So if they're super, super complex, it will throw a little warning at you, and you can flatten it down. As long as it's set to size in Illustrator and you export it as a JPEG or a TIFF or something like that, you could bring it back in for those really, really super complex vector images with the gradients, fades. We're actively working on getting better file handling on that. We expanded to a whole bunch of different types of files. We used to only accept AI, SVG. I don't even think PDFs was on that list, or at least vector PDFs. And there's a whole bunch of importing issues. So we've been actively trying to expand the file types that we take in and the way that the system handles those files and allows you to still edit them. Because if you bring in just a single color vector image, say like this class layout that we just designed in the EasyView, you could bring that back in as a vector file and ungroup it and move things around and scale it, pretty much have all of the same controls other than like actual anchor points moving around that you do in Adobe Illustrator that you could do in the Online Designer with a vector file. So it's really, really cool to be able to do that. But yeah, if you absolutely need it now, need it in and need that order in, just flatten it down to a at size 300 DPI, JPEG, PNG, or TIFF. TIFFs seem to work the best for me, especially with some of those weird gradient mappings on vector stuff coming from CorelDRAW or Illustrator. That some of those shapes are just, if you opened it in Acrobat, it's looking different, or you have like that weird banding in it. So we don't want you to see that stuff and us misrepresent your file, and then it prints bad. So you see like, oh, it looks right, and then it prints wrong. So we just want to make sure that throughout the entire chain that we have custody of your artwork, that it does not change and it's going to look exactly like how you want it. So it's very, very important to us because we know how important it is to you. So yeah, flattening that is going to be the easiest way to get a file now for that. So Gina, using Illustrator, which way do you prefer to upload screen prints for? I will say vector all the way. So there are 3 different pricing tiers when you're looking at specifically screen printed transfers. So like these that I have right here in front of me. So they're Plastisol ink, exactly what you traditionally think of printed onto a t-shirt when you think of a screen printed t-shirt. So they look, feel, wash, and wear just like a soft hand screen print, and they are actual Plastisol ink. These are available in 70+ standard ink colors, and of course, like I mentioned, we could custom Pantone match them too. So say we're doing this, there's 3 pricing tiers. So there is designed online in our software. because all of that stuff is already all pre-prepped, ready to go straight to screens. So we just, our file prep resizes it to put some trim marks on it, and your artwork stays the same, but just pretty much takes your file that you designed it in the online designer, and we burn it straight to screens. Then there's vector pricing, which includes a little bit of setup, because then we take your vector files, make sure everything's knocked out, all of those clipping masks and compound paths, and all of that good fun stuff that goes into the complexity of those vector files. We make sure that that is ripped correctly, so it takes a little bit longer, but all that file prep's included in the price. That's why we just wanted to do different pricing tiers instead of nickel and dime with setup fees and screen fees. Like, that's not cool. I don't know anybody who likes that stuff and all of those hidden fees, so we just show you the pricing of what you're going to pay up front. So with that vector pricing, it's less expensive than if you are submitting, say, a napkin sketch or like a PNG, but all of that stuff, when it's a napkin sketch or PNG or anything coming in, all of that is completely covered. All of that is completely covered with just making sure that you have, all of our artwork fees are all included in that when you do a raster image. So and then JPEG raster, we call it non-vector pricing. So any non-vector files, you could steal something from the internet, as long as it's not copywritten. Don't steal other people's intellectual property. But you could pull that on down for, use those web images, and we'll completely redraw them and make them look awesome and pretty. So you could send us a super low-res garbage file, and our artists are going to make it look phenomenal, exactly how you want it to print. And then you'll get your screen printed transfer sheet here as well. So I went through some of these. Cambry on TikTok, hi, nice to see you there. And yeah, we just want to help you guys out. So if you're just joining us on TikTok or YouTube now, just ask away, ask the questions. I'm here to help you guys out. We usually hang out for about an hour on Friday. It's just a little fun end of the week, end of the month. We usually do it the last Friday of every month, but since we have our Toast to Transfers next Thursday, we are doing it just a week early. So I get to hang out with you a little earlier. And of course, if you're interested and you have a heat press at home and you want to learn how to print all this stuff, that Toast to Transfers kit is still available and we could get it to you in time. But I'm going to go to the list of questions now that I originally said I was going to get to at the beginning of the at the beginning of the hour, but now I will get to these at the end of the hour here. And yeah, I just want to make sure I'm not missing any questions here. If you do have any questions whatsoever on TikTok or on YouTube, just ask me. I'm always happy to help. I've been in the t-shirt industry for way too long to not offer advice to people just getting started. I want to help you guys out. I've seen so many people succeed, and I want you to succeed too. You could do it. It's so easy as long as you stay dedicated. Just don't get discouraged. So many people start a new venture and then you're not selling $100,000 of t-shirts in the first month, and you're like, man, what am I doing in my life? You stick with it. Start small. I always say too, set your goals as something you could control. I hear so many people coaching people through setting up Etsy stores, and they set these goals like, I want to make 50 sales this month, or I want to make $1,000 this week or this month, or I want Etsy to bring in this much, whatever those are. Those are goals outside of your control. Focus on goals that you could change, that are bite-sized chunks that make a difference in the larger picture. So say, instead of looking at a sales goal and saying, I want to sell $2,000 worth of merchandise this month on my Etsy store, set your own goals and say, I want to rewrite every single product description that I have on my store, or I want to go through the SEO checklist to make sure that I have optimized titles and optimized keywords in my descriptions, or I want to look at how I could produce things faster to rank easier, or figure out a shipping partner by the end of the month. Excuse me. But all those things that you actually can control, that is a big deal. And that's the stuff that when you take these small bite-sized chunks out of anything, even your own online store, I want to add X amount of product listings per month, or I want to put my next fall drop, because I just launched my spring or summer line, my fall line, I want to expand by 6 different six more options, and work towards that. So all of these goals, maybe I'm going to take all brand new product photos for my new drop this week, or I'm going to make this many social posts. Those goals that you have control over are the ones that you are going to succeed at. It's going to make you feel great. You're going to see the progress. And then when you take these little tiny steps, by the time you're at the top of the mountain, after you've been taking these little tiny steps, you look back and go, wow, I've come a really, really long way. And that is just, it's super powerful for any decorators out there. So, I mean, any small business out there. I don't want to go like full motivational speech on you, but you guys could do it. You're here hanging out on a Friday afternoon. Maybe you're skipping out of work, joining me, which I thank you for. Or maybe you're looking to like actually be an entrepreneur and like raise your business up and be your own boss, and more power to you. I am 100% on your side, and anything I could do in my power to help you out and you achieve your dreams, I'm all here for. I see some more questions coming in. So Patricia asks, what's the best full color transfer product for a large variety of garments? I'm going to say Ultra Color Max. Low temperature application, especially on lower quantity. It's absolutely great. It's just an awesome, awesome full color option. Applies at 290 degrees, polyester. We've even had great luck on spandex. It's not actually approved for use on spandex, but we've seen wash testing that looked great on spandex, lycra, tri-blend, stuff like that. It's so super cool. Ultra Color Max. But once you get over that, like depending on the size of your artwork, depending when you get over a certain amount, it makes more sense to go to Ultra Color Soft. So it really depends on the sizing of your artwork. You could go in Easy View Online Designer and actually switch between the two product types to see how much you could optimize your spend. I see a question here on the TikTok. Are goof-proof screens the best screens to use with you guys? For screen printed transfers, I'm going to say goof-proof is the best in the industry, not even us. I come from I spent more than almost 10 years solely at one print shop. And now we printed everything. But the main thing that really hooked me was Plastisol ink screen printing. That's how I originally first got into it. I was in a band, we needed merch. So I was like, I took some screen printing classes when I was in art school in college. Like, I could do this at home, yeah, no problem. I bought a little kit, started doing stuff, like bought more screens, bought more squeegees because everything was junk in the starter kit. And by the time I knew it, I was like $600 deep and just messing up shirts, getting ink everywhere, spraying out emulsion and inks in the bathtub with like the handheld sprayer and getting it everywhere. Luckily, my girlfriend at the time still married me, so big win. But it was just so messy, and if I would have known about screen printed transfers, literally the same look, feel, wear, washability that you get with like an actual by hand Plastisol print, but without the work. Without the work and way cheaper. You don't need to stock ink, squeegees, screens, nothing. All you need is a heat press, which I spent $600 on supplies alone. So, I mean, I could have spent $600 on a pretty nice heat press, and then even was able to just buy the transfers when I needed them. Fit everything you can on a gang sheet like this right here. Like, look, there's I don't know if you guys could really see this. I hope the lighting's okay. And I probably just got closer to all the lights now. It got worse. But we've got like a left chest little baseball guy right here. Here's like a full scavenger hunt graphic to go on youth shirts. Here's like a South Carolina graphic for like a hoodie or a left chest or an upper back. And then some inside tag prints as well for branding, and a fun little grill as well. So much artwork from different customers that you could all fit on one sheet. We sell our transfers, goof-proof screen printed transfers just like this, on an 11¼ inch by 14-inch sheet, or like this one for this bike shop. This is our jumbo size sheet with I just cut a little thing out of it already, so sorry about that. But this is the sheet size for this. So you can see it's about 40% larger that you could really put all this space for. So like this sheet here, I think in our pricing comparison, we have the video on our YouTube channel debuting the jumbo sheets, but if I can remember the pricing correctly, this entire sheet was like $3. So like you get 3 locations. You get a left chest, little Palm Bay bikes. You get this inside tag print and even a full back print. So we were doing 3 locations, left chest, back, left chest, inside tag, and then a full back print for like $1.50 per shirt, which is cheaper than like it would cost to burn screens and screen print it. And that was like in like 12 or 18 or 36 quantity, like a very low quantity that typically would cost an arm and a leg for that. But we could do that with just a heat press. We don't have to worry about inks or messy screens or cleanup or anything like that. The cleanup is after you press, you throw the paper away, you turn your press off, and you're done. Like, I wish I would have known about this instead of slinging ink for all those years. Now, I got to learn the craft and fell in love with it, but I got to fall in love with it all over again with screen printed transfers, and it's just so easy, especially for like a home-based business. You don't need a garage or a basement or like all this space to be able to work and do your work. You could do it all from a closet, essentially. It's really, really cool. So, all right, way more questions came in here. How would you recommend getting yourself out there if you're just getting started, starting out to get large orders? You're going to start probably with smaller orders first, but with screen printed transfers, you can still make a profit. And then as you start going, you get bigger and bigger. My favorite recommendation, especially if you're looking for the custom decorating, which it sounds like you are, Nick, you're looking to get into custom decorating, start small, start local, start with niches you know. So say maybe you play disc golf, right? Anything, like maybe you're in a book club, maybe you go to the library a lot, maybe, I don't know, whatever you're interested in. So let's just run with disc golf. You love disc golf, right? I play all the time, you see people doing it. So maybe you start up your own little, like do your own little designs, wear them out on the course, people go, hey, where you could buy that? Have business cards to hand out for your own stuff. Then the tournaments come up, the events come into town, I know there's tons of disc golf tournaments. I was huge in Bowling Green when I went to college there. Like they had tournaments like every single weekend. So then you start getting into these big ones, approach them and ask and say, hey, I print t-shirts, love disc golf. I play at this course all the time. I'm actually going to be competing in this tournament or, you know, in whatever it is that you're going to be playing, and then approach the people that be. Most likely you've already met them if you're part of the community in your local area, or even like statewide, go to a couple meets and say, hey, I print these t-shirts, this is what I could do, and then you start getting these larger orders. So say even it's not your own hobby or niche, it is you're hanging out at home and you just need some landscaping done. So like, oh man, maybe my, my trees need trimmed, and you have a company come out and trim the trees, and you go, hey, those shirts you're wearing look pretty beat up. I actually print t-shirts. I would love to be able to give you guys a quote. Could you give me the opportunity to give you a quote? And they're like, yeah, well, we got actually 40 employees, and we have a partner company that's down in Sarasota Springs or something like. And then all of a sudden you get to build these network connections up. Local tattoo shops, restaurants, bars, think where they sell merch. Is any of your friends in a band? Are you in a band? Are you part of anything? Because then you're going to be out, you're going to be part of it, and you're going to understand their needs. And so when it's like a band that's like, man, the last shirts we bought were like super boxy, and you're like, actually, I have these brand new ones that I just got, Next Level 3600. They're semi-fitted, real nice, fine jersey cotton. They feel great. That now you're being able to meet their needs. Or say for that disc golf example, you say, I know I could confidently print on 100% polyester, like somebody else asked up in there, what's the best full color option? I know I could confidently print on 100% polyester, like that moisture wicking, the UV sun shirts. Let me offer those for your disc golf team or your disc golf tournament or your event or anything like that. Farmers markets, festivals, fairs, all of this happens in everybody's local community. You could get involved. Schools are a great option too, because a lot of smaller school districts, now I will say, a lot of school districts now are starting their own heat printing programs in the high schools or sometimes even middle schools that are producing their own t-shirts. So it's really hard to get in there when like students are, part of their curriculum is printing t-shirts for like fundraisers or the athletic boosters or stuff like that. But start going to the PTA meetings, whether you have kids in school or you don't. As a member of the local community, you could show up to the PTA meetings and 9 times out of 10, someone's gonna go, hey, yeah, so we need t-shirts for the field day. Has anybody got on those yet? And someone's like, Janet, you dropped the ball again. And that's when you raise your hand and go, actually, I could print t-shirts for you guys. Could I have the opportunity to give you a quote? How many pieces do you need? What are you guys thinking? Bam. And now you've got a whole elementary school field day shirts, 400 shirts that you're going to make or something, you know? That's how you get on those bigger orders, and that's how I always say, just get out there and talk to people. Now, say you're introverted and you don't actually want to get out there and you don't want to talk to people, you like staying by yourself, but you still want to run a successful business, you could essentially do everything like that I just mentioned, but online. So you could spin up a Facebook ad and say, rock bottom free design on custom t-shirts for any business, and then just geo-target to your 15-mile range around your house. You're gonna not spend a lot of money on that advertising, and if your online store looks legit or your Facebook page looks sweet, or you have them direct message you or whatnot, you have that path then to be able to funnel that in. I always say, if you're gonna spend money, make sure your digital presence, if you're gonna spend money advertising online, you absolutely need to have a sweet looking website. So it's a little bit different work. But if you don't want to have a website and do it all word of mouth and talk to people, all you need is like a little flyer that has like sample pricing, $3.99 for 50 t-shirts. Doesn't matter if they buy 50 t-shirts, they see that $3.99 and go, well, what's the price for 36? And then you work up the price for 36, and then bam, you land the customer. So I hope that helps in there, Nick, for you. On a larger gang sheet, one color, one goof proof, what is the minimum order? 6 sheets. What? For custom screen printing, 6 sheets for this entire sheet, and I think it's only like $60 or something. Like $60 for 6 sheets of this. Now that's $10 per sheet. That's very expensive. But if you go to 12, it's like $63. Really, the quantity breaks start to hit in. So if you need 18 sheets, 24 sheets, I mean, we're down to like $4 per sheet. So it really drops, just like with all screen printing. The cost is in the setup. All of that bulk cost. So as long as if you're just buying a small quantity or a large quantity, it's not the actual inks that are really expensive. It is the setup, the burning the screen, setting it up on press, registering everything up. So just how you price traditional screen printing is kind of how we've priced our transfers, but they are priced low enough that you could always, I always tell people, for profit, cost times 2. So if the transfers themselves, say this entire sheet costs $6, and we have 2 prints on it, so then it's $3 per print, which is still even high for, I think, for what we're looking here. $3 per print, and your blank's $3, that's $6 total. I am not selling that shirt for less than $12. So I'm taking my $6 of cost, multiplying it times 2, because that other $6, first $6 is paying back my initial investment in buying the shirts and the transfers, and then the other $6 is going to my pocket for my time. So that is just a very bare bones thing here. I see a question here. Purple flower with 2 shades be put on a screen print transfer. So yes, you could go up to 10 colors on screen print transfers here on TikTok. That is... yeah, so you could do a whole bunch. We just can't do fades or gradients. That's going to be more of our like DTF, our full color transfers, anything in the ultra color line if it's like gradient together. But if it's just like a light purple, a dark purple, and then like a white stem or something on the flowers, that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. We could do that as long as they are still spot colors themselves. Which transfer type feels more like a DTG print, and could it do full color? Yes, Ultra Color Max. So that is Sweets and Sis Shop. Sweets and Shop. So I'm doing terrible with that. It's moving on my screen, so I'm really sorry. But yes, our Ultra Color Max DTF transfers are almost identical to the feel on the shirt of a direct-to-garment print, and you have all of those same capabilities, except, here's the kicker, better than direct-to-garment because it could print on 100% polyester. Direct-to-garment can't do that. It could print on blends, tri-blends. It could print on, like I mentioned, spandex even. Not fully approved, but it will work on spandex. Even like backpacks and stuff. This transfer applies to it all. All you need is a heat press. You could swap out the platen to be a little tiny platen to print on a backpack, or load it up with mouse pads. It prints on pretty much any substrate. So you're not limited to just cotton like you are with direct-to-garment. And you have the same unlimited colors, unlimited... Yeah, you just can't fade to the garment, so it still needs like a hard edge, but there's no clear outline, and the feel is super, super soft, and this is exactly how they'll come to you. So up to 22 by 22 inches, this is our direct-to-film transfer. So you can see it's a 4-color print here. We have blue, red, yellow, white, and then this is the same kind of like denim blue that we have on here. But this is just a sheet. So I just gang sheeted all of this. You could order a single image or a gang sheet up to 22 by 22 inches. So I mean, like, 22 by 22 inches is a huge piece of artwork, and that's just $29. So anything you could fit on that, say you just have like a couple clients who are like, man, we need 3 shirts, and then another one says, oh, we just need 1, and then you're like, well, I want to make a mock-up for myself to like make and put on social media. Bam, all set. All set. You could do all that with these transfers. But if you just wanted this single image, you could order just this single image too. It's all priced per square inch. So if I gang sheeted all this up, I'm getting charged for all of this square inch. But if I just ordered this, I don't have to pay the square inch for anything in the middle, because I'm still, when you gang sheet it all, it's great for minimum quantities because you can meet the $25 minimum. But say I just wanted one of these, I could still order just one of those. It's just $25. So you might as well maximize all of the printing and start filling up the sheet until you hit that $25. Because then all of that printing, if you just need one, all that extra printing is free. And you could just pay $25 for that. Now, you might say, wow, $25 for one image, that's crazy. Go to a direct-to-garment shop and go try to order one t-shirt from even like Custom Ink or Vistaprint. It's going to be $45 to order one t-shirt regardless of how many colors are in it, regardless of what color blank you're printing on, and even like a cheap blank, like a Gildan 2000 or a Gildan 5000, a Hanes 5280, anything like that, a Portland Company PC54, any of those super, super cheap garments, you're still paying $40 for one t-shirt, you know? Custom Ink runs that deal, or not Custom Ink, Sticker Mule runs that deal all the time where it's like, you could order a t-shirt for 19 bucks, but regularly they're like 30 bucks, 35 bucks. So when you're saying, I just need one for 25 bucks, it's in that price range where you could still profit selling it to your customer. So, but then get the free printing for 25 bucks. You could order up to, I think it's the 22 by 22 sheet is 29 bucks. So pretty much fill up the entire sheet, what you can on it, and really get that pricing driven down and be home. So, let's see here. Yeah, Janet be dropping the ball like that. The PTA meeting. Come on, Janet. The best iron-on press that say I could buy off Amazon to get started from some of the website. Y'all's, it's not too much. I need to, yes. Okay. So Tammy is asking here, what's the best heat press to buy? She loves these from our website, but they're a little expensive. And they are, I will say. All of the entire Hotronix line, any Hotronix press is made to grow with you. The warranty on these things, it has a lifetime heating element warranty, 5 years framework and the parts and labor, 2 years on the limited electronics. The warranty is not matched by anybody in the industry. Just later this afternoon on our YouTube channel, we're dropping the Cricut Auto Press review that we did. That press has a 1-year limited warranty. So like you're gonna spend $1,000 on a heat press and like 2 years down the road, it's gonna burn up and man, what? No support on that whatsoever? Nope, not at all. But with these, we're here to support you. There's always parts and service that you could count on. So these are absolutely gonna grow with you. But I will say, going on Amazon, do not buy a press under $300. That's the thing, is that like that press is going to break. You, especially just getting started, you're going to be so frustrated because you're gonna have uneven heating. So when you buy those cheap presses, like the heating coil, I don't know if you can see here on the press too much, the heating coil on the Hotronix presses go back and forth real tight so that you have nice even heat along the entire surface. This heating element itself is more than a 1/2 inch thick with a cast-in heating element. So it's nice and thick. You can kind of see all the way up in there. Super thick, like a cast iron skillet. It's going to hold the heat. Now also, when they come down, some clamshells contact at the back here before they contact at the front. But at this, you could see right before it touches anything, bam, it hits flat and it lays everything down all at once. So you have nice, even pressure across the entire lower platen. So on some of those other presses, you'll have nice pressure back here, but you'll never have firm pressure up front. So when you're applying a t-shirt graphic, the bottom's applying fine or the top's applying fine, but then why is it looking bad here? And it's because your heat press is not impacting with even pressure across the entire area. So that's why we say you kind of get what you pay for, especially when you're buying like a $100, $150 heat press. The framework, you see just snap on those things, which just is frustrating when like, especially you're starting out and you finally get that big job. You finally get that job for that customer that you're like, this is going to make or break the store. And you go to fire up the heat press, you pull the handle down and it snaps right off. Now you have to wait for Amazon to ship you another one and you don't have 150 bucks, 200 bucks laying around to buy another one that's gonna break on you in another couple months? No way. So we ask, just don't buy one under 300 bucks. And the things that you have to look for is accurate temperature. You could get a little IR thermometer and make sure your press is A-OK. You'll see that in our Cricut Auto Press video coming out a little bit later this afternoon. Built-in timer makes it so super easy to use. So this Hotronix autoclam actually has a 2-stage timer. Really cool to have two full stages. So if you are doing a 2-step application like the foils that Abdul was asking about earlier, that yes, you could do all of these. And yes, Abdul, you could do a 3-color foil. You could do as many color foil as you want. It's all just one adhesive, but really cool. So yeah, all of this, all done, all set. The best thing about these Hotronix pressures too is, I don't know if you can see this on the camera here or one of these over here, is that we actually have a pressure gauge too. So it gives us a digital readout on our pressure that just went to 0, but it was, that's a 9, it's a little heavy. But here, so I just turned it down a little bit and now it's at 7. So I know what my pressure's at, no guesswork, no nothing like that. And the best thing is, I love this one because it auto opens. It's so cool, it's so fun, and it's all electronic. So there's no need for any air compressors that you have to run. This could be running in your bedroom or a closet or your workshop, anywhere, and be awesome. So to get an auto open, you're probably not going to be spending under like 600 or 700 bucks realistically for a good size auto open press. But I would recommend even we have the craft press. It's a little 9x12 press. Lightweight, easy to use, has all of the features except the auto open feature. and that one's just, I want to say like $350 or $375, and that has a lot of the same kind of support that we offer for other larger presses. And then it is all metal construction, all steel, and really nice. We have the Clam Basic line, which is full-size heat presses, more in that like $500 to $600 range, that mid-range, which might be a little over a starting budget. But again, when you're going to run into a lot of frustration with those cheap heat presses, and you're going to think that like, oh man, it's the transfers, it's this, it's that. It's just because you bought the cheapest heat press out there. And it truly is, you pay for what you get. So if you spend, except the Cricut Auto Press, you'll find out. Just stay tuned to the YouTube here in just a little bit. So sweet, yeah, use the Cricut Press is awful. Don't waste the money. You're absolutely right about the worth. Yes, you'll see that one coming up here. Spoiler alert, we're not, I really want to love it. The features are cool, but it's just not there, especially for a $1,000 press here. Do you guys sponsor YouTubers, TikTok content creators? Yes. DM us right now, because I'm actually the one who goes out and looks for influencers and affiliates and anybody who wants to spread the word about screen printed transfers or digital transfers. If you've got a heat press and a decent following, I want to hear from you. So DM us here on TikTok or email us, just DM us on any social media, and we'll get it here in the marketing department, and we could get a chat going. I'd love to send you some transfers custom and hear what you think about them. So really, really cool. So we'll get that in there as well. Still offering color change for screen prints? Absolutely. Take Cravey Designs. It's so hard to see. I have to like get up close on here to see names. I don't know why they make the names like gray and the font's white, but am I just getting old? Is that my eyes? Am I just getting old for TikTok? Oh my God. So are you still offering color changes for screen prints? Absolutely. I believe it's still just $15 or $20 per order, per color. And you could do that in the options step. So in the online designer, if you're configuring your artwork, just go to options, set the quantity, and set the colors. You can even set like the background colors too, so you could get that proofing. And then you get that quantity bulk rate instead of having to do 2 different orders. You get the full quantity rate in there. Boz, do you offer puffy vinyl and color changing vinyl? So yes. So we at Transfer Express don't really do vinyl, but we do have puff screen printed transfers. So just like this, just like these, they'll come on a sheet, no weeding, no cutting involved, 6 quantity is the minimum, and then it's actual plastisol ink. So it's nice and durable, stretches, wears, has that elasticity to it a little bit, and it does puff up them under the heat. Now color changing, we do. Over at stalls.com, our parent sister company, is where a lot of the vinyl and equipment is focused. And they do have a UV shift available in 4 different colors. Really cool, because it just looks like it's white, maybe a little bit like pastel-y off-white in whatever color you choose in lighting like this. But if you go outside, it lights up in like an electric blue or yellow in the UV rays. So it's really cool to see that color changing, kind of like the old mood rings. And you see them a lot for like vacation shirts or destination shirts for like those beach holidays and stuff, where you're out in the sun a lot. When you go inside, it's more just kind of, yeah, like that off-white matte. And then you go into the sun, it just comes alive. It looks really super cool. So that's over at stalls.com if you are looking for vinyl. And then there is some like soft foam and stuff that you could get, but I love the puff screen printed transfers. If you just scroll down on our page here on TikTok, we have quite a few puff videos, and you can see how just high density that puff gets when it's exposed. And it's like a 6-second application too. So it's super quick. There's no weeding. The transfers come ready to apply in a minimum quantity as low as 6. So really, really cool. Give me one reason to buy your transfers. Doug, I could give you like a whole bunch. No mess, no reason for anything, and no reason for all of that equipment. With just a heat press, you could apply these. And after feeling every other transfer company out there, ours feel the best. They last the longest. They don't feel thick like other plastisol transfers. They feel like vinyl on a shirt. Ours, the goof-proof transfers, melt in there and melt into the fibers of the shirt and truly feel like a soft hand screen print. I am over 50 plus washes on some of my own personal shirts. I printed one the first day working for Transfer Express, and it still looks brand new. It's our goof-proof and hot split on just a 100% cotton shirt. Looks absolutely phenomenal. The names and numbers, it's great. The profitability of creating with gang sheets. Now this is what, reason number 4, 5? I don't know what I'm at. But the profitability of creating with gang sheets. So say I ordered 12 of these sheets, which cost maybe $5 for a single color. So like $5 on this sheet total for just 12 quantity. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different designs here. So let me just go here to my calculator real quick and just say $5 divided by 8. That's each print on here is 60 cents. So that beats any of the setup that you would do with traditional screen printing, and those cheap transfers from everybody else, I mean, they're not going to cut it. They're not going to feel good. They're not going to be what you can stand behind and sell. Profitability, all built right here. Of course, that's screen printed transfers, but for our DTF, if you know DTF transfers or full color transfers, think again. These are the lightest transfers on the market. You're going to be shocked that it's a transfer. There is no clear outline, $25 order minimum, no quantity minimums, and these are priced just per square inch. So if you have a lot of colors in your design, those fades, photorealistic elements, all right here, super easy to use. And man, if we're talking about how easy these transfers are to use, let me just show you how easy and quickly they apply. They are the quickest transfers that you could use pretty much anywhere in the world. So really, really cool. Man, which one should we pull here? I kind of like the bikes one, but we already have so many bike shirts. Let's just say, let's print a bike shirt. So I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to go ahead and cut this one out. So let's just say we're going to print the back of a t-shirt. I'm going to show you the goof-proof screen printed transfers. It's just a white ink screen printed transfer. You can see that one. Terrible way that I'm holding it. Just whip. Hey. Hey, could you see this? Could you see this transfer? Yeah, it's right here. No. Thanks, Vince. But so this is the screen print transfer Plastisol ink right here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this t-shirt, right, thread it right onto our heat press, open it on up, toss it right on in here. And I don't even want to get super salesy, so I just want to show you how cool this is going to be because I'm not actually a salesman. I'm in marketing. I'm in helping you guys out. I'm in building you up and giving you the best possible chance of actually succeeding running your own business. And I love doing that. I love being here and helping you guys out. So just like this, I'm going to pre-press this with our heat press, just removing any moisture and wrinkles, giving our inks a great spot to sit. Now, Kev, NFL, do you guys have any reflective? Yeah, we do. We do have reflective transfers. They're actually screen printed on with a nice reflective substrate, not 3M, but to the same lumen light rating. So very, very similar. So here we go. Here we go. We're just going to grab this goof-proof screen printed transfer, lay it right down right here, and bam, 6 seconds is all it takes. 4 to 6 seconds, 365 degrees, and a hot peel. Check out how easy this is. The hot peel off, and there we go. We got a awesome screen print. And if you could even like, I mean, it's going to be hard to focus in on there, but we could post a picture to our YouTube or even on TikTok. I'll give you guys an example here. Excuse me. But if you want to see how like this is in the fibers of the shirt, that looks awesome. It's not sitting on top. It's not thick. It's nice and pliable. Check out this stretch. So that stretch right there, we don't have any cracking or puckering, maybe a little bit in the garment because it was still hot as I stretched it. But yeah, we should have probably waited for that to cool. But it is an awesome, awesome print right there that you have. And if you could see, like zoom, I don't know if you could zoom in, like from that distance, I don't know if you could see how awesome that looks. Oh, on the heat press here? Awesome. Yeah, we could do that. But yeah, if you could get in and like see how great this actually looks. I say no puckering as I stretch a hot print. Should have waited for it to cool down a little bit. As we do that, which of course, if you want to do anything like that, we could just grab our sheet here and just repress a little bit, take some of those wrinkles out. Nice and easy. Just like that. But yeah, I want you to kind of look in there and you could see how flat that lays in there. Let's see. Tammy says, thank you. Did you ask me my question? So which one would you recommend to get started for you guys on the heat press? To get started from us on a heat press, I love the Clam Basic. If you have a small budget, I love the Clam Basic series and the Pink Craft Press. So if you could afford, it depends what your price range is. If you let me know like kind of what your budget's going to be, that $300 range, the Pink Craft Press is going to be a great press to get started with. The A to Z, if you're in more of like an $800 range and you want that swing away feature, or the Clam Basic, or even the 11x11 Max line. They're black. They look exactly like this. They don't have an auto open feature, but almost all the functionality of this is going to be more in that like $800 to $900 range, which might already be too high. But yes, I want to, yeah, that Clam Basic is going to be the way to go. So here in TikTok, let's see. Whoa. What is the largest size for Ultra Color Max? Again, the Print Shop t-shirts asks, does the price show automatically? Yes. In EasyView Online Designer, regardless of how much art you add, it's all priced per square inch, and you could go up to 22 by 22 inches. So huge, 22 by 22 inches, which this is probably 22 inches in this direction. Yeah, make it nice and big, up to 22 by 22 inches. And then as there is no like dotted line in the designer, like when you're designing with any of the goof-proof screen printed transfers or Elastiprints or Hot Split, or even the other Ultra Color transfers, because it is by the single image and it's priced per square inch. So you could gang it up and then you'll see the pricing change automatically based on what you have at the bottom. I would show you here, but on TikTok it's kind of hard. But in EasyView Online Designer, maybe we could help you here. I'm just gonna turn this around so you guys could see it here. So this is, say, what we're printing with here. So all we have to do is size this. Oh, I gotta switch over to Ultra Color too. So let's say like this is just 6 inches. We need this at 6 inches. Go down here to the bottom left, and we'll click on Full Color, and then click on Ultra Color Max to get that. And so say if we need 12 of these at this size, is going to be 25 bucks. So say like this is just extra art. So I'm gonna Control C, Control V, and duplicate this, or I'll just go up. I did that wrong. We'll do duplicate. So we've got two, so you could see like adding it next to each other. Now it's pricing, it's grabbing our size here at the bottom, and you can see that our pricing is changing. Now it's $54 for 12, but we're doubling it up. So it is super flat rate, all super easy to use. So I hope that clarified your question there. Let's see. Yeah, live chat for help. Take Cravey Designs. I want to order, but I'm confused. Do you guys have help with orders? Yes. So over, there's some TikToks that we have here on TikTok that actually walk through the entire ordering process with your art. Or if you head over to our YouTube, we have 3 videos depending on where your artwork is coming from, whether you're designing in our designer, uploading vector art, or uploading raster art, and walks through the entire process of ordering. So we're able to help you out. Just go to YouTube, type in Transfer Express, scroll through our videos there, and you'll see like getting started or how to order. Tons of videos there. Even if you just type in YouTube, getting started at Transfer Express, we're going to be able to help you out. And of course, live chat or call us. We have a 1-800 number, 1-800-622-2280 that you could call Monday through Friday, and our reps will walk you through the entire process. They're super helpful, know the system in and out, and they're able to walk you through ordering your own transfers online. So it's really, really cool. Yeah, Take Cravey knows. They have a great chat for help. Let's see. Largest size for Ultra Color Max, 22 by 22, and the price shows out automatically. We showed that there. What product is this? So we just printed it back here. If you were looking at the detail here, when that came in, that is our goof-proof screen printed transfer. It's Plastisol ink, which is the same ink that you would traditionally find screen printed onto a t-shirt. And you could see that, like, I mean, this thing's barely there. You can't feel it through the screen, but man, like this print is barely there. Super, super soft hand feel, and where that ink kind of melts into the fibers of the garment. It's not sitting on top. It's not thick. It's not heavy. It's not, I don't know, it's not uncomfortable to wear. Like feeling the inside of the shirt, you could barely feel that print. I'm not going to say it's as soft as sublimation and you can't feel the print at all, but it is akin to a soft hand screen print, not like a traditional thick athletic print. The goof proof is by far my absolute favorite. So yeah. Really, really cool to be able to do that. And I'll say we could print some Ultra Color Max too. Let's just wait for this heat press to cool down. Do we have time for the heat press to cool down? Oh, it's 3 or 4. We already got an hour in, so maybe this isn't going to cool down in time, but we could try. We could absolutely try to see if this is going to cool down in time. We're already over our time, but I still have questions that we need to get to, and I want to help you guys out. This is what we do. And we're hanging out. It's a fun way to do it. All right, let me adjust the pressure or the time back up to 15. So 290 degrees, 15 seconds, and that's going to bring us under that threshold where we're going to be scorching polyester. And that's what really makes these Ultra Color Max transfers so versatile, because you can do so many different application techniques and so many different fabrics on it. So really, really cool to be able to use. Let's see. So that's what product is that. Hey, from Palm Bay, Band Designs. What's up? This is, yeah, I did this one for our jumbo video, Palm Bay Bikes. So that's you. I hope there's not a bike shop called Palm Bay Bikes. I'm sorry if I stole your name. But it's a cool name, isn't it? I designed this all, so this is designed completely in an online designer, not from a layout, completely from scratch. So I just grabbed the clip art, made the box for the bikes, knocked out the areas that I wanted to knock out, changed the text and pulled those 2 different texts in there and all that, resized it all. Excuse me, and built this entire gang sheet that's now all cut up. But it was a jumbo sheet, even put some inside tags to brand it for the bike shop themselves, a left chest, a little fun ride bikes thing, and of course that big back print that you saw all on one sheet. And yeah, if you watch that video on our YouTube, it was just so super cheap and inexpensive to be able to put all that stuff in there. So let's see. What product did I just press? Yes, that was the Goof Proof on TikTok. That was the Goof Proof screen printed transfers. Yeah, we are located. Sweet, there is no Palm Bay Bikes. We are located in Menor, Ohio, so that's where I am right now, about just maybe 25, 30 minutes east of Cleveland. Go Browns and Guardians, right? But not the Pittsburgh Steelers, not the Pittsburgh Steelers. But so we have a facility here. This is our main campus. We have all of our customer service team. We're all based here in Ohio, although now we're a lot more remote than we ever have been. But the majority of our transfers are produced here. However, we do have a production facility in Chandler, Arizona, just outside of Phoenix, that services the West Coast. So we could get those quick shipping times to anybody on the West Coast, and then anybody east of the Mississippi or like east of Texas, all ships from our Ohio plant here. 2-day shipping anywhere in the country. So there is no place that you could get in the contiguous United States that will take longer than 2 days to get your transfers. We automatically upgrade all shipping, if it's going to take more than 2 days, to air shipping so that it does get to you in 2 days. So you only pay ground shipping. We make sure it gets to you at the speed of air, even if you're far away. So 2 days max. And a lot of places, Ohio, Pennsylvania, where those Steelers are, or like Michigan, is 1 day turn time. So like if, say, Ultra Color Max, excuse me, Ultra Color Max, you ordered this sheet today, maybe this morning, 8 o'clock. Or not, let's not say the weekend because it makes it sound bad. But essentially, these will ship out the next business day. So if you ordered them today, they're going to ship out on Monday. If you ordered them over the weekend, that counts as them ordering on Monday. So they ship the next business day. So they'll ship out Tuesday. So these are super quick. So if you live in the Midwest, or say you live in Arizona, Colorado, like you could get your custom transfers within 3 days of ordering them. Or if you order them today, right now at the end of Friday afternoon, they ship out Tuesday, and then they are to your door by the end of Wednesday or even Thursday, less than a week, and you could get these anywhere in the country. I mean, like, that's worst case scenario, and that's with the weekend. So like nobody's printing over the weekend, but if you ordered Monday morning, they ship out Tuesday, they're there at your door. You order Tuesday morning, they're there, they're possibly shipping out Wednesday, getting to your door by Thursday. So like 2 days, and then even if you're far away, it's only 2 days shipping. But Goof Proof, one color, starts, turn times start as low as 1 business day. And of course, Ultra Color Max, any size order is 1 business day turn time, as long as it's in before production cutoff. So that's it. Estelle, Goof Proof it is. Boom. All right, so I missed a lot of comments here. We were in the TikTok world. I could send a picture to be a screen printed transfer. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely could get it there. Yeah, anything in Florida. We don't have anything in Florida, but it's 2 days down to you. Yeah, it's great. You guys get the sweet weather and the super hot weather. I'm going to be down in Fort Lauderdale. What is that? In August. It's going to be fun. It's going to be hot. Let's go back over to the TikTok, or back over to the YouTube, and do it here. So let's see. Artisan Bones, 2-color Goof Proof and hot splits aren't sticking. Check the temperature of your press. 2-color Goof Proof and hot split both need to be 365 degrees for the inks to start melting. So if both of those are not applying, I'm going to say it's the temperature of your press. 365 degrees, and get a IR thermometer, or we even have these little heat press test strips that make it super easy to be able to put on the corners of your press. And I don't know what happened here to our life. Oh, it died. My phone's turning off now. The technology's dying on me, but everything that's running is running great. Only my personal technology is dying on me. But yeah, where was I talking about? Oh, the goof-proof and hot split, not applying. It's got to be the temperature of your press, and then make sure you're at a firm pressure. So one of the best ways to do it is just crank the pressure until your press doesn't open anymore, or doesn't close anymore, and then back it off until it does. That's how you know you have the absolute most firm pressure. On some of those cheaper presses, though, they do not get a firm pressure. So you're kind of stuck and you're unable to do that. So really, really awesome to be able to gauge that temperature. But if you don't have a Hotronix press, automatically go 10 degrees up. Automatically go 10 degrees higher than 365. So set it at 375. I need something to drink. I'm talking too fast. All right, so let's see here. Going back to the YouTube questions. But yeah, that should help you out, Artisan Bones, that you're going to want. Yeah, just check the temperature of your press. Let's see. All right, where are we going? I was wondering about Pro World. You don't want Pro World. That stuff's thick. That stuff's thick and super expensive. Some of those transfers you can't even gang sheet. They're going to nickel and dime you on setup fees. I don't want to talk bad about Pro World, but that's what I've heard from other customers. I've personally never used their transfers. That's what I've heard. Okay, thank you, appreciate it. Give it a try. Yes, Doug, give it a try. I love the peeling the transfers and proud of my work, but when my business takes off, someone else will have the pleasure of doing it. Yes, Estelle, that's right. Have somebody do it. And like, it's sweet when so many people actually get to that level where they're like, I need to hire somebody. Like, that is a get your cake and eat it, that you made it. That is awesome. It's absolutely phenomenal to be able to hit that that milestone in your business. But it's really cool to do it. And yeah, adding an extra hand is always super helpful too. All right, goof-proof it is. Let's see, we're in the process of getting our business license and the tax ID number. We're still able to sign up for you guys and check out the program that you have for designs and maybe you have to order. Yes, absolutely. I read that really, really super fast, Tammy Gonzalez Eastman. But yes, you don't need a tax ID. You don't need a business license. You don't need anything. All you have to do is just reach out at transferexpress.com, try to go into the online designer and just sign up for an account. Super, super easy to be able to sign up for an account and free. It does ask for tax ID, but there's a checkbox that you can say, I don't have this yet. And then when you do get your tax ID, let us know. Fill out the tax paperwork and we're going to stop charging you sales tax then. And you'll be a bona fide reseller. But in the meantime, if you want to start getting your hands dirty with... you want to get your hands dirty going with some designing online, you absolutely could do it. So Bradley, just ordered the toaster transfer for next Thursday. I can't wait. Neither can I. I have so much fun, and it's like, it's so weird because they're usually like long days, but I look forward to them coming in at 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. and like not leaving work until 8 or 9 p.m. Because I just love hanging out with you guys. And this is great. Like the questions, if you don't have any questions now, you could always ask questions during those live events and the webinars. I do webinars twice a month on a myriad of different topics. And I love helping you guys out and answering questions, interacting with you, and like hearing your challenges and your successes. It's awesome to share those. Like Estelle, when you hire somebody, you have to tell us because I'll buy a cake and send it to you. Like that is awesome. All right, we got that there. What's the best way to store the transfers? So Marie, we have a video on our channel here on YouTube about storing transfers, but like this one I just pressed, this one we printed for a video. Man, do you guys remember when we did that video? That was like 6 months, 7 months ago, 8 months ago. And like these transfers have just been sitting around the office, and so they're perfectly fine. The best way to store them is in a sealed plastic bag in the box that they came in. If you don't have a sealed plastic bag, put them back in the plastic bag that they came in, open, that's fine, but in the box. You want to keep them away from heavy moisture shifts. So don't leave them in your car. Don't leave them in a sunroom. Don't leave them in a garage. You want to make sure it's a climate-controlled environment. We did in how to store your transfers. In that video, we actually grabbed one that was sitting loose in a filing cabinet for about 10 years, pulled it out, and printed it back up and had it ready to go. Whoop. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah, because and then I put them over here and they freeze. Legit. This is like a dead zone of all technology. I'll put them here. Look, there's two of me on a screen. Let's see. All right, yeah, I see some questions about that that application. We're gonna get. I want to get to you because I want to help you out. Okay, I absolutely want to help you out. So I completely forgot where I was at, talking about something, but yeah, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Storing transfers. Yes. So we have that video. We pulled them out of a filing cabinet 10 years ago. Was absolutely awesome, fine, perfect, okay. And yeah, was what they applied great. So that's the only thing there. So keep them away from moisture, temperature shifts, humidity shifts, and any like blatant super high humidity. You don't want to be waving them around outside on a hot summer day or getting them wet. Try to keep them as dry as possible, out of sunlight, just in air conditioning, climate controlled, and they're going to last for a long time. Another question, I heard something about you guys having an online store or a way to sell online. I don't see it in EasyView. We do. It's actually through Stalls, so it's not through us at Transfer Express. It's through our parent company, but it is called Stalls Spirit Sale, and you could set up online stores as fundraisers for your clients. Say if you're doing like schools or working with any like fundraising groups that are wanting to sell t-shirts, which is a great fundraiser because there's a lot of profit involved in those, and so you can stand that up. So if you go over to stalls.com, there's a tab at the top that takes you to Spirit Sale, and there's a whole team that's dedicated to setting those stores up. I've only played with it a little bit and been wowed by it because it's just pretty much a one-time fee. You buy up for it, and then you're not charged, you're not nickeled and dimed by all of the different, I'm telling you, they're frozen. Like, look, frozen. You get them near me, and I suck the internet out of them or something. That's what I do, trying to stay up to date on those. But I do see, yeah, I have the exact press, firm pressure. I'll raise the temp to 370. So yeah, definitely want to help you out with that. See, it works now, but watch it freeze as soon as I get close to it. Perfect. So yeah, storing your transfers nice and easy, and then the Spirit Sale, all from stalls.com, and you could get set up with the Spirit Sale. So that is a great e-commerce option where you don't have to pay the credit card processing fees for every sale, or you don't have to pay a commission fee like if you're selling on Etsy. It's a great solution for being able to stand up a t-shirt store that connects into an apparel supplier catalog and automates so much for you. It's so awesome, easy to use, and yeah, I think it's like $5.99 to get that set up. But then, yeah, if you're selling it, it's going to pay for itself, especially if you're like working with schools or fundraiser groups, any athletic clubs, where you don't want to have to go out and like, or they can't go out and get all these pre-orders. You could set pre-orders up. You could have people buy from the site before you buy everything and say, this is going to ship on this date, and all that fundraising stuff. It's super awesome, powerful Spirit Sale on there. Hey, Dave, the text is too small that could experience closure for goof-proof. What transfer type should we use? You could try Ultracolor Max, but if it's too small for goof-proof, it's really, really small. So you could try to make it a little bit bigger. I think the minimum for goof-proof is like, I'm not gonna say it right, but I know the minimum line weight is 0.02, 0.045 inches. So like just a fraction, 0.045 is the minimum for that closure. So, and especially, I guess it depends on the text, because like if you have a nice thick like chunky font at a small size, it does kind of like, it could close up, and so we want the text to be legible. Text is a really hard thing. Try the Ultracolor Max. If it gets through the heat map step in the EasyView Online Designer, you should be a-okay, because there is almost no closure. So like if the text is small that it's going to close up, there is no closure on Ultracolor Max, but you are just kind of bound by the limitations of the process. It is a direct-to-film transfer, so the adhesive is printed or is sprinkled straight onto the wet inks and put on the back, which makes it a super nice, long-lasting, durable print, but you need enough surface area for those that adhesive to get on and then gel to. Without making a clear outline, so it could get really nice fine detail, but the durability, it may not last. That's what that heat map is for in the Online Designer, to identify any of those small issues before they arise so you could correct them. Let's see. That CE Print Shop, yep, the text too small for closure. Options only available U.S. residents, U.S. and Canada currently, or any of the U.S. territories, Virgin Islands, stuff like that. Puerto Rico we could get to. What are my options for buying material more specifically in the MENA region? I am not too sure for you. For other companies, I know in the UK we have Stalls Europe and Target Transfers in the UK. Stalls Europe, I believe, is based out of Germany, and Target Transfers is based just north of London in the UK. And they do service a vast majority of Europe with very similar options to what we have. For the Southeast Asia, I know that there's some, man, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but there's a really nice transfer company based out of Australia. that does screen printed transfers. I don't think they have a full color option, but a lot of it's just single color plastisol transfers. But they are not affiliated with us in any way. But they service a lot of that Southeast Asia, Australia, New Zealand market. And then for, yeah, there's a lot of companies, especially in like China and Japan, that are doing awesome transfers, but they keep them local. The thing though is that like these have to be sent in one of these boxes, like these big boxes, to ensure, because I mean envelopes get ruined, and then like you're at a deadline for your customer and their event's coming up, and then like the transfers arrive and they're damaged, and like then the postal service just ruined everything. So we ship them in boxes to stop that from happening. So all that right here, all ready to go, easy. But shipping these boxes internationally costs an arm and a leg, and a lot of times completely erodes the profitability for almost any scenario. And so we want you guys to profit. We want you to be successful. And if we can't ship to you, most likely there's a company in your region that's going to be able to ship to you. Or, you know, you can stick with vinyl and cut like on a Silhouette, Cameo, Roland, any of those vinyl cutters. You could cut on a vinyl cutter or screen print yourself. But if you can't get screen printing transfers, screen printing supplies might be hard to come to you as well. So you may be limited. I know certain countries have like some super stringent tariff laws and won't import from a lot of the companies that make this equipment. So I'm very sorry, but I'm not able to help you on that one here. Let's go back to the TikTok and see what we've got here. Let's see. Order transfers in the background paper looked blue on my images when pressed. Like the background paper itself looked a little blue because there is a blue kind of hue to it. And when you order on the online designer, the actual like image we show you is blue. But if the paper was blue, I've never seen that before. Or even if it made like a blue tint to like the artwork, I've never actually seen that before with our digital and our full color transfers. So if you could elaborate more on that, I would love to be able to help out. I have that exact press in the firm temperature 380. I'll raise the temp. So if you raise the temp on that one, Artisan Bones, and you're still having issues with the goof proof and the hot split, the fact that they're two different transfer types kind of that makes me think that it's not necessarily a transfer issue if two separate transfer types are having issues. But if you still can't get that to apply, please reach out. The dealer dashboard in your account, just go to my account up in the top right of transferexpress.com, go to dealer dashboard and fill out a resolution, because even if it's something with your press, like we could look at calibration issues, we could possibly have samples of your transfers and be able to pull those and test them ourselves on some different machines to rule out specific issues. We are always here to help. You know, we want things to go right 100% of the time, but when things do go wrong, we are 100% here behind you to try to help solve the issue and help get your transfers applying. Or if for some reason something is wrong with them, we absolutely will replace them if there's something defective about the transfer. So if you can't get those to apply, please reach out, because we absolutely will take care of you and we will help you out. Let's see, Radiant says, I ordered transfers on the background paper, oh, the blue, that's the one that we looked at there. The screen prints, yeah, I pressed the screen prints on a gray shirt and the image was supposed to be white and has a tint of blue. Man, that's crazy. Please submit a resolution for us, because we can look into that, look at the inks that printed, and we could talk about what fabric your stuff is printing on, which I could kind of talk about here too. So if it's on a gray shirt, it's supposed to be white. Whoop, I'm not trying to respond here, I'm just trying to scroll. So yeah, if it was white goof-proof inks, which is essentially what we just did right here. So white goof-proof inks, what could be happening if it is a polyester blank, that could be dye migration. So sometimes even cotton shirts, there could be what they call re-dyes. So you see it sometimes when you'll print on a black shirt, or especially if you're like actually physically screen printing with the discharge inks that pull the color out of the shirt itself and like kind of bleach it. You'll see that when you're printing black shirts. And if they were, say, maybe like a hot pink shirt that the apparel supplier could not sell, they re-dye them to black and then print on them, and then you get that weird color shift. Sometimes that dye comes through the inks and what we call dye migration. It's very common on high polyester content, so 100% polyester or any dye sublimated stuff, or those heavily dyed polyesters or synthetic fibers, the maroons, the dark reds, the deep navy, those purples and stuff. The reds are very, very common. You'll see it turning pink. But turning blue on a gray is crazy. So with at least the with the Resolution Center, we're able to look at what kind of fabric you're printing on. Maybe even we could source the same exact type of blank and see if we see those same results, because it could be the blank. Of course, I don't want to rule out something could be wrong with the transfers, but I've never seen a transfer just change colors or be off color. Every single time it matches exactly. At least in my experience, I've printed hundreds of shirts with almost all of the 70+ ink colors, and I've never seen white change another color except on like polyester or like neoprene koozies. You'll see the dye migrate a little bit, where like if you're printing on a black koozie, it's white right off the bat. A couple days later, it starts turning a little gray, and that's just the nature of the fabric that you're printing on. But with 100% cotton, if you're printing on 100% cotton, it should not be, you wouldn't be seeing it shift colors at all. So let's see. Yes, also I have the auto clam and laser alignment system. I have the laser alignment system set up on a separate table. Does the caddy move when the auto opens? Looking into buying it. So let's check it out. Let's see how much this thing really moves. So on the caddy stand, it does have a little back and forth, but it's always going to rest back up in the middle. Man, I wish I had like a laser I could cast on this to show you that it really isn't going to move all too much. Like, it moves side to side, but you're going to get that basic placement in here. So like if this is where it is, you see that it moves, but it's always resting back to the same spot. So if we're, have our finger here, it's going to move. We're at a 15-second press, so that's crazy. We're just going to stand here for 15 seconds. So you see how much it moved? It moves a little bit. It does have some wiggle to it. It doesn't wiggle, it folds, right? We did the TikTok earlier today for the promo here. But even here, yeah, you can see like it moves a little bit, but if you had the laser alignment set up here, you had all your knobs locked down, the feet even will lock as well. So it's always, it'll wiggle, but it'll move back to the same spot to allow you to use that laser alignment system. One thing that we have seen, now this is a cool hack, if you guys are Transfer Express customers, make sure you follow the Easy Prints Dealers group. That's what it's called on Facebook, Easy Prints Dealers. It's just a whole bunch of people who heat press, use Transfer Express products, and help each other out. There's probably like 8 posts a day or something in there, and there's always engagement, people sharing the projects that they're working on, or like, hey, I'm trying to find this colorway and this color, S&S is out of it, Sanmar's out of it, I don't know where to find it, and people are like, well, I found it from this supplier. You're gonna pay a little bit extra, but it helps people out. But one thing I saw on there is, supplemental to the laser alignment system, is buying those laser lines for like leveling and stuff. You can buy them at contractor shops, Home Depot, Lowe's, Harbor Freight, and they actually sometimes have magnets, or they'll just epoxy them right here to the press and have it bent down so that it's casting a laser line and it's attached to the press. So no matter how much the press wiggles, it's still laser lining to the same spot. And then when you close the press, it's just pointing down off here. So it's out of the way, but when it opens back up, right there, it's pointing down and you have your laser line on your lower platen. Now, the one thing about, I love those laser systems. They make a super sense, and when I was working on automatic presses, the press shop, or the print shop that I was at, those automatic presses did actually, some of them used laser lines, especially we were doing NFL jerseys a lot and lining up to the nameplate, so just making it super easy to be able to throw the shirt on there, make sure that the nameplate was perfectly centered on it, and that was it. Send it around the carousel on the press, and we're A-okay. But for heat printing, that is just as important too. So like, let's say we're taking this one, and you want to make sure that you're loading the same exact way. Yeah, it shouldn't move and throw off the lasers. Are those little lasers that kind of move a little bit? If it's on there, then yeah. But people are taping it, epoxying it to make sure it's not moving, or adding magnets to it so it's a nice, strong magnet pull. Because I mean, legit, when this thing pops up, it pops up, and then so you have movement. So there is a little bit of movement. You want that magnet to be strong so that when it pops up, it doesn't just like dunk and fall right off. But with any of those laser alignment systems, you probably know that it's imperative that you're loading the garment on straight. And one of the original questions that I was going to get is, how do you make your shirt, how do you make sure your shirt is straight? And that's a question from James from Facebook. And it was just kind of a general question to see, how do you make your shirt straight? So I love the caddy stand. You mentioned the caddy stand, CE Print Shop, and absolutely love the caddy stand because it's 100% fully threadable. There's nothing that's going to stop you from threading this on the press, and I love it because I come from that automatic screen printing world, and this is exactly how we loaded shirts there. So you grab your shirt, and I always go to the side seams. So even if your shirt is a tubular design and doesn't have side seams, there's typically a little crease that you could see there from the garment manufacturer or the mill where you're getting it from, the supplier. Put your fingers right there so you know you're on nice and straight. So you'll take that and then you'll go onto the heat press nice and back as you go all the way on. So you want to go all the way on. You don't ever want to like go halfway on. You want to go all the way on because I want to see where the shoulder seams line up here on the press. So once we get our shoulder seams nice and even, I'll pull the rest of it down and give us a nice flat even printing surface. You can look at the sleeves to make sure that we're the equal distance here, about 2 fingers and about 2 fingers down from the edge of our platen. And then that line that I was talking about earlier, you want to make sure that this line goes straight out. So you can see that this line kind of goes, is my head completely blocking it? No, maybe not. You can see that this line kind of tapers down at the end. So we'll move this over here. And now we can check this side, and that's nice and centered. This side, nice and straight all the way down this edge of the platen. And then we'll roll any collars and seams off the platen. And then there we go. We know that however we print on this shirt, it's going to be nice, beautiful, and straight. So bam. And then we make sure that it's straight on there. So as long as you're loading the shirt on all the time, you got it down pat. And especially when you really get in that rhythm and you have all the shirts lined up and it's just this repetitive motion, you know if a shirt's going to be crooked when you load it on because of where you're grabbing the shirt to put it on and loading it all the way in there. What's the name of the group page? It's Mine by Colette. That is the Easy Prints Dealers group on Facebook. Easy Prints Dealers. It is a private group, so we will approve you. We make sure that everybody is a Transfer Express customer because a lot of those open groups, it's people with malicious intent. And like if you actually are in person talking to people in the apparel decorating industry, it's so collaborative. I mean, we all essentially are doing the same thing. We're in competition with each other, but everybody is happy to share ideas, techniques, suppliers, tips, tricks to help elevate the entire business and elevate your brand. So it's so helpful for actually being a competition. People are so collaborative, and I absolutely love it. Yes, doesn't move, doesn't throw it. Thank you again. Estelle, thanks for tuning in. Let you know when that takes place. Yes, we will get you a cake. Have a wonderful weekend. Before we sign off here, our heat press is down at 290, so I want to show you this. We'll just grab this one here, and I will print a little left chest. What do we say? You guys want to do, we'll say this for the TikTok too, do you guys want to do kayaking or ATV? ATV tours or kayak tours? Let me know in the comments, and we'll use that one as we go through here. But this is just our Ultra Color Max. So we're just cutting up stuff from a gang sheet that we made, 22 by 22 inches, and you could use white inks, you could use full color inks. This was just a 4-color, and we just needed a low quantity. So we paid $25 for this and was able to get all of this artwork on here for some prototypes, or maybe just a small tour company, and they just wanted a couple shirts. Bam, we got it. Super, super cheap and easy to use. So we got it in there. Yeah, Radiant TC 80, if you're still joining us here on the TikTok, just be sure to submit a resolution because we want to take care of you. If that really did turn blue, we want to get to the bottom of it because if it's an issue with like our inks and that batch that we used, like we're going to change that. Or if it's that specific garment, now we know how to look out for that. Or if it's some other crazy, weird, the moons are aligned and something weird is going on, we're able to get that addressed for you with all of the order details. So yeah, submit a resolution for there. We see ATV. I see ATV as we go here. Oh, there's ATV and kayak. We're tied 1-1. Which one is it? Oh man, the next vote coming in, ATV or kayak, is going to be the one that it's going to be. So we got ATV, kayak. Well, I got to at least cut the ATV out, so because it's a close bet. So let's see. We got kayak, 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 and only one ATV. It's going to be kayak tours. Okay. So we'll grab our kayak tours here, this sweet little design. Now this design too, we made in EasyView Online Designer using the clip art, putting all this stuff together custom, and then even you could take like regular shapes, rectangles and stuff, and just kind of skew them using the skew tool. So it's really cool. We have videos on our YouTube channel that show you kind of all those features, and we have an EasyView webinar, I believe, coming up too. That'll show you a little bit more. So with this one here, for left chest prints, this is going to be my parting tip. All right, kayak can have it. This is going to be my parting tip here today for you and leave you into the weekend is a left chest print. So this is a vertical left chest print, and we're going to make it right down here. So whoop, I just totally manhandled the microphone right there, but we're going to make it left chest and go down right here. Now what I like to do is 4 fingers down from the collar. I'm going to try not to hit the microphone, but you could see right there to the top of the graphic. Man, did I just hit that spot on? Did I hit that spot on when I said 4 fingers down? And then from the collar down puts us exactly here in our left chest location. So I'm going to put our transfer here. We already pre-pressed the garment, but I'm going to grab this transfer, this here. So in this case, we can even push back onto the heat press. Make sure that we're still centered. Looks real good. Okay. And then I'm going to go 4 fingers down from the collar, take where this shoulder seam meets the collar, and go straight down, and that's going to be the center of our artwork. So we center that up on there. I'm just going to eyeball this, make sure it's straight, and then have it start about 4 fingers down from the collar. So we're going to move it up just a little bit. We're going to roll everything up off our press, make sure it's nice and flat, and we're going to press this 15 seconds, 290 degrees, our Ultra Color Max. So all free, or not all free. You don't have to pay per color. So it's as many colors as you want for the same price. Not free, but technically free if you get it there. Yes. Friend of Sinner 777, getting ready to start my t-shirt business using your transfers. I love hearing that. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, our YouTube channel has tons of helpful hints. And always here on TikTok, I'm moderating a lot of the comments. So if you ever want to ask me anything, just ask away. Any of our social channels, YouTube, TikTok, anywhere, and we're going to be able to help you out. We pride ourselves on our service. So 290 degrees, 15 seconds. We've got a, 8 on pressure, 7, 8. It was dancing in between. So that's a little bit firm for our Ultra Color Max transfers, but all the same, nice and good. Now this is a hot peel too, so super easy. No weird tricks, ifs, ands, or buts about it. So super simple to just go ahead and grab the transfer. Nice and easy, and it literally peels like butter. I don't know if butter actually peels, but it's as smooth as butter there. And so super lightweight, just as light as the Goof Proof. It looks so awesome, 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 awesome. And let's check out that placement then, okay? How I kind of just eyeballed that, threw it up on there. So how does that look? If I was wearing that, is that spot on where I placed it? Spot on right there, straight centered all the way down. Man, I don't even know how that looks. Does that look good? Hey, right there. Looks fantastic. Yeah, 4 fingers down from the collar, puts it right on that perfect left chest area. We could probably even inched it up a little bit here, but if you just had a left chest, that's where you're going to want to put it. And yeah, I guess putting it up on my shoulders where it would actually be, and your head comes out the front. And right there, we are going on a kayak tour this weekend. Oh, I'm totally hitting the microphone, manhandling the microphone. Sorry for you guys on YouTube who heard all that. So, yeah, that one there, all set. Man, Friend of Sinner 777, heat press signature series. That's a good press. I don't want to lie. Hoptronics, I'm going to prefer. But those signature series are really nice, especially those auto open ones that they got. I know Big Brando's really fond of them too, and love us some Big Brando out in California. But yes, start by the 10 degrees, or if you know that you're going to be spot on temperature, you could be okay. But unless you're printing like heat-sensitive polyesters, I always err to the higher side of the heat anyway. If the shirt could take it, 100% cotton blanks could take up to 365. But here, even on this one, you saw that it was nice. Well, this was the 365 on the back side, 290 on the front side, and literally no difference in the shirt whatsoever. And so, yeah, you're probably going to be okay with that. And then, of course, we always recommend testing. I loved, when I first started working here, and I was so skeptical, like, the transfers, man, I'm used to screen printing, plastisol, direct, wet, and then curing it on the shirt. These aren't going to last. And that's why I printed a shirt day one, and I've been washing it every single week since I've worked here. And turns out I was wrong. And I was happily proven wrong that these things last, wash, wear, and look exactly like a traditional screen print. Love the screen printed transfers. And even, I was around when direct-to-garment first kind of started getting big, and I was very skeptical of it too. And I mean, it's very cost prohibitive, so if you have the money to buy a direct-to-garment press, good for you, but running a t-shirt business with it, sometimes you don't make your full investment back on it. So being able to order now transfers that look and feel exactly like a direct-to-garment print, but have more versatility and are a lot cheaper. You don't have to make that huge investment. All you need is your pre-existing heat press, and you could print those full-color direct-to-garment prints just buying direct-to-film transfers. It's the same Polytrans inks. It is very, very similar process, but instead of using that inkjet to print right onto the shirt, we just print them directly on this film with a white backing. So you could print on light-colored garments, dark-colored garments, and it feels just like direct to garment. So it has that nice soft hand, almost kind of like, I don't want to say rubbery because everybody has that like bad connotation of rubbery prints, but it feels durable. It stretches like incredibly well. Now this one's cooled down a little bit, so I could stretch this one a little bit more than I did when it was super hot. But you could see here, like I'm giving this a pretty good tug, and look at that. Looks absolutely perfect. No issues with it really pulling down or anything like that. So looks good, nice stretch, rebound ability, all there. Nice clip art. Yes, the clip art here, all in the online designer. Our designers are kicking out new clip art all the time. Big Brando helped me a lot. Yeah, Big Brando's great. Love that guy. Anybody, and you can see that on YouTube. There's so many creators who like take time out of their day to help other people, and I admire that. I absolutely love when people do that. They find their success, and instead of like reaching up to see what more pieces of the pie they could take, they start reaching back and pulling people up with them. Absolutely love it, and love the people that are doing that. The Stan Banks, the T-Shirt Side Hustle, Rich Kuhn, and T-Shirt Buddy, and Ruben over there, a whole bunch of people, even like Allie Rose and Emily Page, if you guys are on the TikTok side. These are creators and makers that you need to be following. Number one, the stuff they make is just so stinking cute. I absolutely love it. But their hustle, their drive, tailored to you on TikTok as well. Like, these are creators that you guys need to follow because they made it. We watched the journey happen over the past year and a half of them printing T-shirts from a dorm room or a bedroom or a spare, just turning, and then like they went from, oh, let me just try this out, let me try an Etsy store, to like, this is my 9 to 5, I work all the time, I need to hire employees because my store blew up, and I love being my own boss, and they give their tips and everything, and it's so cool. It's one thing for me to be in the industry and tell you all these things from my experience, from like the professional side of it, but really hearing from these creators and decorators who are doing it and like living the dream, and physically they made it, they did it, they accomplished it, all from TikTok success or social media success. It's so awesome to see. I love it, and I love hanging out. I love hanging out with you guys. But we're way over time here, so yes, yeah. Friend of Sinner 777. Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna love to check out your stuff. Thank you for joining us today, everybody on the YouTube. I want to shout out to you. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. And stay tuned. Buy that Toaster Transfers kit if you want to hang out and heat press with us. We'll be doing the apron and the tank top and the tote bag. So maybe items you haven't printed before. That kit is still on sale, and today is the last day to ensure that it will ship on time and get to your door by Thursday night for the event. Join us right back here live in the Transfer Express studio in Mentor, Ohio. But until next week, guys, have a wonderful weekend. I believe in you and your business. Go out and get it. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the nice weather if you're having nice weather in your area. And until next time, I'm Dave. Happy pressing, guys.